Hey guys, welcome to Hatsput Economics, Hatsput, and you guys know what to do already. Like and subscribe, hit the subscription button, notification button, all that jazz. So I'm doing this video over. This is my excitement video and I want to talk about several things. It's kind of good that my other video I delete by mistake. So I'm glad because I'm more organized this time. Last time was more spur of the moment. So I do want to continue that excitement with the Black Panther movie. Hi Carolyn. And I'm super excited that it's doing phenomenal. I think yesterday I said worldwide the movie was doing about, hey Corey, hey Tropical. The movie was doing about over $400 million worldwide. And hey Mike, and it's breaking and shattering. Hey, yeah. Hey, hi, Will. And it's breaking and shattering records. So what does that teach us, Black women? That we are marketable. But for people like me, for geeks like me, it means a lot because I actually grew up with comic books. I actually collect, hey Leia, I actually collect comic books. So as a young little girl, I used to read all these things in the magazines, and I never saw characters like that portrayed on the big screen. And if you would have told me when I was 12, 13, going to the village, buying comic books, that I would see gorgeous, rich, ebony skin, mahogany, just bald-headed. Oh, which comic books? I'm glad you said that. I am a Batman fan. I have all the Joker and Batman. I have the first issue of Gambit. I have the X-Men, Uncanny X-Men. And I have the Professor Xavier when his son Legion caused all that trouble and brought out Onslaught. And my favorite, The Age of Apocalypse, so I have all the comic books here. I have the first edition of Rogue and the Phalanx, okay? So you shouldn't have asked me. And I have all, this is like the first episode of the Astonishing X-Men, okay? And I have during the Age of Apocalypse, which is actually worth money. And I have Gambit and the External during the Age of the Apocalypse. And I got the first issue of Rogue. And I got my mint collection of Sabretooth, his comic book that came out. This is old, okay? And it has great art in there. Take a look at that Sabretooth art. For my geeks, you can drool. Look at this. I bought this comic book 3 times. This is the one I'm allowed to touch. And there's one that I don't touch. And I have my Juggernaut, you know, X-Men Forever. I have a lot. I have a lot. So when I tell you I'm excited to see a Marvel character like Black Panther hit the big screen, my excitement is real. I am a nerd, okay? I have more, but I don't want to bore you over here. I have a lot. And I think one of my favorites is when Professor, oh, I like Batman too. I like Batman. Batman is responsible for the best cartoon. Oh, this necklace, believe it or not, I got this necklace a long time ago in New York when they grand opened that really big H&M. That's where I got this necklace from H&M, when they opened up that giant one on 34th Street and they had a lot of unusual jewelry. I went crazy and I said, you know what? This stuff is going to be limited edition because it's a flagship. So that's where I got it from. H&M used to have good jewelry. I don't know how they are now, but they used to be bold and have pieces like this, and I've had it for a while. So this is actually one of my favorite X-Men. This is when Professor Xavier, remember? When he got overtaken and he split in two and whatever. But my whole point in showing you my nerddom is that I am truly excited for Black Panther because growing up as a young Black girl with comic books, that just made me even more weird. I didn't have a lot of other young Black females to bond with because I was just a nerd. So yeah, I'm a legit fan. I'm a legit comic book fan. I'm a big Batman fan. Hi Ascension. Hi Tropical. I'm a big Batman fan. And what I'm trying to tell you, I like Spider-Man. I like Green Goblin, Dr. Octopus. I like all those, you know. I have Venom. I have all of them. Some of them I won't touch because they're, you know, nerds. We put them in plastic and they're safe. So a lot of my Phoenix stuff from like 1965, I'm not going to take that out for you. I got some stuff that's here from like 1952. Like I can actually sell it. But anyway, that's not why I did this video. I did this video to encourage and open up, you know, your mind. Because I know right now in 2018, a lot of us are trying to accomplish good things. A lot of us are trying to accomplish goals. We're still only 2 months into the new year. And I know a lot of black women, we're doing pink pill, we're doing a whole bunch of things. But the thing is that you have to have what? The power of belief. And I'm just telling you, if you would have told me at 13 and 14, we would have had a movie like Black Panther with women with shaven heads and African and Afrocentric. If you would have told me that movie would have been breaking blockbuster, I would have said no. I didn't see it. I didn't think it was possible. But I'm telling you, we are creating our reality. We talked about this last time. We're creating our reality. And I truly want us to think as black women that we can do anything we put our mind to and get past the negativity and get past, thinking what we can't do. And I want us to think about, what is it that we truly want without judgment. Whatever your goals are, your real goals, and you can't attach negativity to your goals. Just think about Lupita being a deeper skin, mahogany star and going into a Hollywood that's not reflective of her, going into a Hollywood that doesn't look like her. Think about all the negative things that she must have heard. She actually talked about it. I don't know if you guys heard her Grammy acceptance speech when she won 12 Years a Slave. And she actually talked about feeling ugly, feeling unattractive, and wanting to be light skinned. But she said she had to work through that. She had to live, she had to really believe in herself when absolutely no one believed in herself. So it's about the power of belief. That movie would have never happened if those people in that movie didn't believe it can happen. And my whole point in saying that is you have to be able to create your own path. You got to be able to create your own destiny. You truly have to believe in yourself. I'm a big believer in the law of attraction. I started doing coaching for the law of attraction because that was something I've been reading forever, but I didn't know if it would be receptive to black women. But I said, you know what? I have to give it a try because I truly believe what you believe is what you perceive, and what you perceive is what you can achieve. And if you want your goals, let's just say you want to lose weight. You want to find the love of your life. You want to be an entrepreneur. You want to be a millionaire. You want to be successful no matter what. If you truly can't put it in your mind, if you truly can't believe it, or you allow people to doubt it, it's just not going to happen. So you really have to look at the people that came before us. And I truly feel like black women have a trouble and believing that. Like, you see Michelle Obama, she's been there for 8 years, first lady, and we still don't believe. We see Serena Williams going through tennis, winning. She's winning at everything, and we still don't believe. We see Viola Davis cleaning up, and she's gorgeous, darker skin, natural 4C hair, walking down the red carpet with the afro, and we still don't believe. I want to know, when are we going to start believing that we can have whatever we want, or that we have to put our dreams together and have whatever we want? I truly feel like there's a mental roadblock for us as black women that no matter what greatness happens, we keep limiting ourselves, and you just have to be positive. And when I say be positive, it doesn't mean on the surface. If you say, I want $1 million, but in your deepest cores, you don't feel like you can have it, you don't believe it, you're not going to have it. And I just think that we're so used to negativity, we're so used to self-doubt, we're so used to saying to ourselves what we don't want. Sometimes when I'm coaching people, they'll actually tell me, I don't have this and I don't have that. And I'm like, but what do you need to be successful? And they don't even know. They just zoom in automatically on what they don't have. And it's like almost human nature. But for black women, we have a double layer of not thinking. One of my favorite stories is when Angela Bassett, I think I said it last night, when she finished doing that movie, Waiting to Exhale, they basically told Angela Bassett that that's it. Most actresses in Hollywood don't act past a certain age. They told her, they don't act past a certain age. And she automatically said, who? Not me. Like, she was like, not other actresses. She said, for me, I'm going to keep acting and doing what I love. What if Angela Bassett would have listened? What if she would have listened? Because they told her after the age of 35 or 30, Hollywood Park, 95% of female actresses and go for young blood. Angela Bassett didn't even allow that negative thought to saturate. She didn't even allow that negative thought to marinate. She just said, not me. And she went ahead, and look at her. She's been in amazing movies, and now she's in one of the biggest blockbusters of our time. And I hope black women realize what that exposure means. It's going to go, it is going international, it's going nationwide, and you have the whole world seeing this on a different platform. So this is not just a movie for us. I mean, growing up, my idols of Black beauty were Veronica Webb, Halle Berry, Vanessa Williams, Robin Gibbons, Tyra Banks. So, it was a specific type of Black woman. And even though I'm not this dark or Afrocentric, I was insecure because I had the big nose, I had the big lips, and I didn't have those narrow Afrocentric features. I was curvy, and I just thought that was beautiful. I thought you had to have that Vanessa Williams, Beyonce look. And I'm not hating on them because all of our sisters are beautiful, all of them, from butter pecan or to dark chocolate to honey caramel. But in society, they handpick a very small segment, and that's what they put out there. Hey, Kylie. And it wasn't on a big platform. I mean, I'm 38. Growing up in my teenage years, all I saw was Vanessa Williams. She was Miss America. All I saw was Halle Berry. She was in, all these movies and Boomerang. All I saw was Robin Givens. I never saw on a big blockbuster movie women like what we saw in Black Panther. I don't think anyone has. And for me to see that from reading these comic books, reading these comic books, it is amazing. It is astounding. And I truly want Black women to stop limiting themselves. And that's why I made this video. I want to talk about the law of attraction. If you don't believe in it, even if you're like, it's garbage, just think about it. If I call every single person that's watching this video, if I say, good morning, you're beautiful, have a wonderful day, even if I call you every day, yeah, it got deleted by mistake, Marie. Even if I call you every single day and tell you to have a wonderful day, I love you, take care, even if you don't believe in the law of attraction, by me talking to you positively, studies have shown that is mental confirmation. Hey Jay, how you doing? That is mental confirmation. So that's something real. That's something concrete. What do you think verbal abuse is? If I called you every day, first thing in the morning, as soon as you open your eyes and said, you're ugly, I hate you, I don't like you, even as I say it, my chest gets a little tight. Even when I say those words have power. And you have to be careful what you allow people to say to you. And you have to be careful what you allow people to say about you. So you have to be, careful of what you allow people to say to you. What if Angela Bassett would have listened? What if Lupita would have listened? She talked about in an interview, all right? Hey, Ms. American Pie. She talked about in an interview that she was being pressured to straighten her hair, fix her nose, get some boobs, because her agent told her to be marketable. People were telling her, but she believed in herself. Even though the negativity did affect her, at the core of her being, she had a beautiful sense of self. And I want to ask Black women here, how many times do we say to ourselves that we love ourselves? How many of you watching this video, listening to me, when you get up in the morning, do you look at yourself in the mirror and say, I love you? How many times do we say it? We get mad, right? When people talk negative about Black women. We get mad, right? When you have these craziness and the trolls. But how many of us tell each other as Black women that we love each other? How many of us look at each other and say, I love you and I love my sister? How often do we as Black women reach out to each other and say, you say I don't look that bad. He made me laugh. But seriously, how many times do we give love to one another? We're so quick to jump on YouTube and be negative about this and negative. And I'm not blaming anyone because we live generally in a negative society. We live in a society that feeds off of negativity. We live in a society that makes money off of our insecurities, that sells us stuff so we can feel more confident being insecure. But what I'm trying to tell you is that you have to believe. I can give you this comic book, and this comic book can tell you how to be rich from 1 to 10. This comic book can tell you how to do steps from 1 to 10, okay? But if you don't believe in your greatness, if at the bottom you don't believe in your greatness, there's going to be a problem. There's always going to be a problem. And now, because of Black Panther, A lot of black little girls who are dark skinned, who have natural hair, who got a big nose, who got full lips, are gonna look at that and say, wow, we are marketable, we are bankable, we are international, we can be on the big screen, we don't need a fairer skinned supporting star, we can hold it, and we can be beautiful and we can be strong at the same time. So a lot of things is happening, and I don't want to hear any more on what you can't do. I truly want you to listen to this video. Give yourself 5 minutes a day. Okay? Give yourself 5 minutes a day and say what you want to do. Before you go to bed at night, give yourself 10 minutes and write down your dreams. And you do that every single night. Give yourself 10 minutes, clear your mind. You have to be worth that. And the reason why I'm saying it, everybody that I studied, as a life coach, I study women. I study what happened. I study success, all types. And whether they're white, black, Indian, okay? No matter what, everybody says the same thing. They had almost an egotistical sense of belief. They had almost an embarrassing self of ego, because you can't get to that point. You can't get through life if you're not fierce about who you are. You got to protect your dreams. You got to guard your dreams. And you really got to make sure that you truly believe in who you are. I mean, guys, I don't think black women get it. This is massive. You have a movie. I don't think there's a weave in the movie. I don't think there's a wig. A wig was there, but the wig got tossed. I don't think we understand, and I see it. No matter how much we accomplish, we keep questioning what we have the capacity to do. We keep questioning what we have the ability to do, no matter what we accomplish. And I want black women to know that you are creating your reality. Just like Angela Bassett, when she rejected that Waiting to Exhale was going to be her last big movie, because you got to be in your early 20s to early 30s. As soon as somebody gave her that negative idea, she said, patty cake, and she gave it back. Serena Williams and her sister Venus, they were laughed at. They came from Compton. They were laughed at. And the father said, you're looking at number one, number two. And he was very protective of what people said to his daughters. There's a video when I think a younger Venus was saying that she can beat him. She can beat him. And the interviewer was like trying to shake her, and the father stopped the whole interview and came out and was like, if she says she can do it, don't break her. If she says she can go ahead, let her go. And you guys got to understand the power of words. If you don't believe it, try it. Try for 21 days and look yourself in the mirror and say, I will be rich. Or I am rich, I am successful, I am fit, I am slim, whatever it is you want. I have the love of my life. You really have to try it and see what happens, because that's what everything I've accomplished in my life, once I realized it, was because of the law of attraction. Everything that I have, from losing weight to gaining my businesses, from doing everything, was because of the law of attraction. And I'm telling you, there's different variations of it. Some people are really into it like me, and there's some people who just believe in positive affirmations. And I want to tell black women, this is 2018. This is the year. Black Panther is the year. Viola Davis, they were setting it off from last year. Okay? Marie is funny. But the thing is that, you know, it was good to see black women in a positive light and making sure the negativity stops. Focus on the positive. And you have to stay, I'm going to tell you something, you have to stay away from the negative people who tell you, and it's not even negative people. Let's scratch that. Sometimes people tell you according to what they can do, meaning that if I can't do something, I'm going to give you advice based on my limitations. I remember when I was trying to lose weight, and I had my friends that was telling me, oh, you're a big bone, or this is how you're going to look, or you're a black woman, you're supposed to be a size whatever. And I remember, you know, being upset. Then I looked at them, and they was fluffy too. And I realized that people, not all people are intentionally negative. Some people are truly giving you advice based on their limitations. Some people are truly giving you advice because they've had those bad experiences and they're trying to help you, but you can't make a good future off of a negative foundation. I don't care who it is. It could be your mom, it could be your sister, it could be your brother, your mother, your father, your husband. It could be anybody. It could be anybody. And it doesn't have to be the person is being negative. Sometimes that person sometimes that person is just speaking off of their experiences. And these are the 5 things. We talked about it last time. These are 5 things you can't build your goals on. You can't build your goals on fear. You can't say, I'm going to do this because of the fear of that, or I'm going to be like that, or I'm going to end up like that. You're already confirming something bad is going to happen. You can't make your number 2 is you can't do it out of anger. You can't say, well, I'm going to do this because that person pissed me off. You're already bringing negative energy. Number 3, you can't do it out of sadness. You can't do it out of defeatist because then you're not going to do it 100%. You're going to limit yourself. You can't say, well, I know I can't lose weight, so I'll just get this. Or, hey, Pia, or I know I can't do that. So you can't do it that way. And number 4, you can't do it out of sheer animosity. If you're jealous or, if you're intimidated, you can't do it like that. And number 5, you definitely can't make goals. Hey, how you doing? You definitely can't make goals if you're depressed, if you're going through an emotional trauma. That's not the good time to make goals. And I truly want to say, talk to yourself. You know, get away from it. Talk to yourself. Be positive. And I want to say something. I see, you say black people glorify obesity. This is a problem, and I want to get into that because that's a good thing. I was 120 pounds overweight. I studied obesity. I am a health coach. I'm licensed and certified with PCOS, which is polycystic ovarian syndrome. And the truth is, good health is attached to good economics. Y'all know how I do. And that's something else I was going to review for my channel because the lack of economics, which means a lack of finances, makes it very hard. I'm going to tell you something. If it wasn't for my economic standing, I probably would still be very overweight because I had a health issue. And a lot of black women also have this health issue. If you watch my PCOS video, you're going to see symptoms that a lot of sisters have, and they don't get proper medical treatment. They don't get proper medical diagnosis. I had to go to war like Rambo, okay? I'll share with you, I was 254 pounds, okay? And I'm only 5'7". That's it. No one in my family is fat. And I have a Jamaican family, very athletic. They made fun of me. They call me Mampi. They made fun of me. And I was like very uncomfortable. I gained 71 pounds in a year. I used to play tennis. I used to do boxing. I used to do track. I used to do basketball. I was a beast. There was no reason I gained this weight. I went to the doctor. Doctor told me nothing. They said I was fine. I said, how? I started to grow facial hair on my face. I had to shave twice a day. I used to be embarrassed. You couldn't, I had to get up in the morning and shave twice a day. I started to have bumps. I'm talking about thick hair. Not the little peach fuzz. I'm talking about coarse ass. It looked like I was wearing a costume. Okay? I started to get hair across my chest. Even with all these symptoms, looking like a fucking Incredible Hulk about to bust out, the doctors told me I was fine. And I had very good health insurance. I had a PPO. So I wasn't on hood. I wasn't on Medicaid. I had private insurance. And still, I gained 71 pounds in a year. Even my mom went to the doctor with me, and I was way past the age. The mom thinks she's going to do something. She in the corner like, you're going to give her a diagnosis. But even then, I was neglected because I'm a black woman. It's okay to be big. And I'm like, no, something is wrong. Something is wrong. So look what I had to do. So after I gained 71 pounds, after my cycle stopped, I was not having periods. They still told me I was okay. They was throwing birth control, and birth control made me bigger. I gained weight so fast that friends who saw me mere months ago walked right past me. It was humiliating. I got depression, anxiety, fatigue. So finally, out of desperation, I went on WebMD. I started to put my diagnosis. And that's another thing too. With PCOS, your cycle can go crazy or your cycle can go away. Okay? So I was like, okay, let's see what happens. So I went and I did my diagnosis to myself. One of my doctors said, one of my black female doctors, she was half Jamaican, half Persian. She told me, but she wasn't an endocrinologist or GYN. She was a family doctor, and she gave me the secret. She said, "Girl, there's something wrong with you." She said, "You have every single symptom." And I had black patches on my neck, the dark patches. I had everything wrong. So I said, you know what? I'm going to take myself to a lab, an independent lab. And mind you, I was going to Columbia. I was going to Presbyterian. I was going to Cornell. I was going to Roosevelt. If you're a New Yorker, these are the best hospitals in the nation. Not just New York. I was going to Lenox because I had that good insurance and I was I was taking full advantage. Nobody diagnosed me. So I paid about $648 to go to a private lab. And it was a lab for HIV. Even though I know I didn't have HIV, it was an early HIV test that would actually pick up any variation in hormones. I did my research and people were like, they've used it to pick up PCOS and stuff like that. So I went, they took mad vials of blood. Within 3 days, the technician called me and was like, Miss Walker, something's wrong with you. This one's too high and that one's too high. There's definitely something going on with you. And I was like, yes. And the guy was on the phone like, I don't think you heard me. I said something's wrong with you. And I was like, yes. So that's what it took for me as a black woman to get a diagnosis. I was actually able to bring those test results to my endocrinologist. Then he gave me metformin to control my insulin. Then he gave me spironolactone and flutamide to help with the hair on my face. And he also gave me shots to fight the testosterone. I had the same testosterone level as a middle-aged man. That's why my period wasn't coming. And it's scary to me because I'm like, how many black women is this happening to? Like, I went to probably over 20, 30 doctors and no one helped me. How many black women have the income to go to a lab and pay almost $700 for a lab test? Let's keep it real. Not many. So black women don't have access to the health. And so when I see people talking about it, if you see black women, tropical coils, if you see black women overweight with beards, with visible beards, that's PCOS. They're being neglected. It's medical abuse. It's medical abuse. If you see black women with them black ass patches, it's not because their neck is not washed. It's because their body's not digesting sugar, and it's a sign of insulin resistance. It actually makes you diabetic. We are neglected. If a white woman, no offense, goes to a doctor and says, I gained 71 pounds in a year, they'll probably call the president and be like, Mr. President, white woman, 71 pounds. Let's get over here, stat. But when we do it, we embrace it. And you got to think about it. When we get into a sports, whether it's tennis or any type of sports, we dominate. So obviously, exactly, if you have beards, it's because you have a disruption in your adrenal gland. Your adrenal gland is the one that controls. And then if you have a disruption in your adrenal gland, that means you have a testosterone problem that's causing, if you have PCOS, it is almost impossible to lose weight without medical intervention because it blocks the sugar. So anytime you eat sugar, it blocks it, What happens to your body if you can't digest sugar? You're going to get really fat. So it doesn't even mean juices and drinks. It means breads. It means cereals. It means grains. Anything with glucose, which is almost the entire world. So that's why I'm kind of defensive of black women, because I see that we don't get the treatment. If I was going to Presbyterian and Cornell and Columbia and NYU and Roosevelt and Lenox and not getting treatment with my PPO, with my fancy Blue Cross and Blue Shield. And then on top of it, some of the other things is losing hair. I remember because I have a big afro, and when I first started getting PCOS, chunks of my hair was coming out. I was losing hair on my sides, losing hair on my crown, and I was all natural. I had no relaxer. I'm like, wait a minute, why is my hair falling out on the sides? And I see a lot of black girls with thinning hair on the sides. And some of them might think it's relaxer. No, it's PCOS because it causes balding in the male pattern, which is the sides of the head. Your doctors don't even tell you about that. your doctors, even if you don't have it, they don't even give you the opportunity to explore it. So it's this is why I have this tremendous love for black women. This is why I came out more on this. I love you. Somebody needs to love black women. And I can't expect other people, the Nigasakis and the Hotep Shimas, I can't expect other people to come out and show us love and respect when I don't see enough black women doing it. So that's why I'm doing it. That's why I'm saying, if you got facial hair as a woman, you're not, hey Coco, hey Annette, you're not supposed to have facial hair. You're not supposed to be shaving twice a day. I can shave twice a day, okay? Tropical's laughing at Nigasaki. But it's true. We want all this love and respect from other people, but we don't give it to ourselves. And I don't care if you're frustrated. If you're frustrated, hey Tiffany, go to a therapist. But don't come on a public forum and degrade each other and put each other down. That's Nagasaki, Nakasaki, Nagasaki, Hotep Shima, Hiroshima. I call it the atomic bombs of Blackistan, as the bombs is going on. Menstrual cramps is endometriosis. I have PCOS and I have Benny is cute with her one chin here. And I have endometriosis, which is both two chronic disorders with no cure. And a lot of black women also have endometriosis and they're not cured and they're not tested. So it makes me, I want to tell you something that I learned. Spring flowers cracking up. Listen to this, ladies, listen to this. I want to tell you something that I learned in Presbyterian from a doctor, a top weight loss doctor. They said if you are having weight problems over 40 pounds, if you're a solid over 40 pounds of your weight, okay? Yeah, Mary, you can have different variations of PCOS. Okay, let me clarify. You don't have to have all the symptoms. You don't have to have it all the symptoms. Yeah, if you have severe menstrual cramps, because I was having come to Jesus ones, I was having cramps so bad, I was seeing the Holy Ghost. I was seeing spirits walking around. If you're having cramps so bad that you have to plan your calendar around your cramps, if you have cramps so bad that you cannot function, I was bedridden. And they told me that was okay. That's not okay. That's not okay. So the only way to, I'm going to say awkward letter 95, the way that you cure it, you can't cure it. There's no cure for it. You have to manage it with medication and you have to manage it with diet, but there's no cure. You can try to manage it by eating as clean as you can, drink a lot of water, cutting down on sugars, cutting down on processed foods, eating a lot of vegetables, eating a lot of dark leafy vegetables, eating fruits during the mid-afternoon. Try not to eat fruit in the morning because it spikes the insulin. And yeah, I was neglected so bad. And that's why I'm kind of defensive, because let me tell you what I was trying to say before I got cut off. If you're over 40 pounds, okay, that's not, if you're over 40 pounds overweight, you are not, more than likely, you have a health problem. That's what gets me upset, because I have my little, my female friends who are not African American, and I see if they gain 10, 20 pounds, the doctor's putting them on medication, the doctor's putting them on a diet. Your body is not meant to be obese. Your body can get fat, but your body is not meant to be obese. And most people that are obese are suffering from a hormonal dysfunction. And I see a lot of black women walking around with beards, walking around with mustache, walking around with hair on their chest, walking around with mad hairy knuckles. I see a lot of black women missing their period, or they have to take birth control to get their period regulated. Those are all signs of hormonal distress. And again, you don't have to have every single symptom. But I also had endometriosis, which is a separate chronic disorder, which a lot of black women suffer from, and they never get treatment from it. And it makes you infertile, and it does contribute to weight gain in a sense where you're in so much pain all the time, especially in your pelvic area, that you really can't do much. So that's why you see me on this love fest for black women, because I realize if I want this love, if I want this respect, exactly, yeah, you're right, yeah, hairy arms and hairy legs. If I want all this attention and affection, we have to do it for each other. You know, Yeah, the length of your period is supposed to be from 5 to 7 days. Okay. No, the health. I've always worn wigs, but it's a good thing I did because PCOS hair is extremely sensitive. I have a big natural afro. I don't have nothing in my hair, and I enjoy changing. I have fun. But with PCOS, I can't enjoy my hair the way you would because our hair falls out if you mess with it too much. I can't even have heat in my hair. I can't even have flat iron in my hair. So yeah, I definitely I have I'll post that my link. There should be a link on my page, but I'll post it. I just have my PayPal up, so I'll post it where you can do donations. And I don't know, I think I have super cash. I don't know how to do it because I'm new to this. But yeah, definitely that's why I'm so affectionate towards black women because I understand. I mean, think about what I was going through. I was starving myself, not eating. Literally, I was on vacation and one of my friends, she was Persian, she was watching me because she wanted to see why I was so fat. PCOS, they don't know what causes it. It could be hereditary, but it seems like a lot of other races are predispositioned to be affected. A lot of I did a big research study with Presbyterian, and this is the part that makes me more upset. Environmental stressors can trigger it in minorities because we are in a higher concentrated area, and areas that tend to have a higher minority demographic tend to be more polluted because we don't have ordinances. So, for instance, if you're living in a poorer or demographic black area, and there's a lot of pollution, it could be hereditary for you, but because you're exposed to excessive garbage or excessive exhaust fumes, or you're exposed to contaminants, it can trigger the PCOS to be more aggressive. So it's, even though it's hereditary, because my mom, nobody has it. So, and also stress as well. Stress is very, very bad. So, and then also the foods we eat, not even being fatty, if the foods have an excess amount of pesticides, if the foods have an excess amount of antibiotics, because they're treating the animals with antibiotics so they don't get sick when I don't know what they're doing on the farm, but my doctor told me this. All of these excess things combine, and that's why you see minorities having a higher rate of obesity. So you have a more concentrated efforts of pollution. You have more a concentrated efforts of stress, anxiety, because black women have a higher level. Then you have another concentrated efforts of eating poor quality food. I'm not even talking about fast food. I'm talking about the fact that the pesticides that comes in the apples, the oranges, the pesticides that come in the carrots, the pesticides that are in the meats that we eat, or the antibiotics. It's a whole demographic, and that's why you see it there. And I feel like, why don't black women know this? Why do I have to go to a seminar in Presbyterian and hear about how obesity affects black people when I look around and it's all white people sitting down going, interesting. I'm like, there's no person of color to bring this information back to the black community. And that's why it's so frustrating for me when I see we get attacked for our weight, when I know that most black women go to the doctor. I'm telling you right now, if you're more than 40 pounds overweight and your doctor sees you and says nothing, that's a bad doctor. If you're more than 50 pounds overweight and your doctor never says a word to you about weight loss and nutrition, or questions if you have PCOS, that's a bad doctor. If you're more than 60 pounds overweight and your doctor never has these conversations with you with obesity, being overweight, that's a bad doctor. And you better believe when it's not us, the conversation looks very different. I'm well traveled. And when I went outside of the black neighborhood, the conversation was much different. I got diagnosed with PCOS by going outside of the black neighborhood, which is really sad. Which is sad. I have this thing, this secret, come close. My secret is, if I want best medical care, I try not to go in black neighborhoods. I even find black doctors who aren't in black neighborhoods because I don't know what it is, but those demographics are not as aggressive or responsive to health issues. So I don't know. I don't awkward. It's a. I don't think that they. I just think that they. It's bias. It's bias. I think that P is going crazy. I stay away from black neighborhoods at all costs. I think that it's bias because black women historically been treated poorly. And I think a lot of these doctors, even when I walk in there with my PPO and I think I'm all that, if you're in the wrong neighborhood, it's bad. I mean, I can tell you from the truth, it's bad. And that's why, sisters, you have to love yourself. We have to protect each other. We have to stick up for each other. We have to embrace each other. Even if you don't like each other, don't show the world you don't like each other. So you have to make sure, Marie, that's true. You have to make sure that you're showing love. And I think certain people will be scared of that because they're so used to black women fighting each other. They're so used to us calling each other out of our name. Even if somebody's playing with you, don't allow it. You have to truly love each other because you can't expect respect if you're not respecting one another. And you know what? Once we start loving each other, you're going to see the energy. Like I said, the law of attraction, law of attraction, law of attraction. When you start loving each other, you're going to see when you do good things are going to start flowing to you. And I know it's hard. It's like exercise. It's like, when you're trying to lose weight and you're like, shit, you're trying to keep up. Whenever you're trying to make a change, it takes about 66 days to make a real change. Yeah, and it's true. It's true. And I'm telling you, a lot of black women want you to build goals based on limitations. And I'm telling you right now, that's not going to work. If you can't say, I'm going to be successful, but there is no but. I am successful. I am intelligent. I am worthy. I am rich. You got to get used to talking to yourself this way. It doesn't matter if you have 10 coaching sessions with me. It doesn't matter if you have 20. There's two layers to, that's right. That's my favorite line, by any means necessary. There's two layers to your mind. There's a conscious mind that's having this conversation with you right now. And there's a subconscious mind. There's a subconscious mind that controls the way I speak, that controls my body, my movements. And that's the part of the mind that actually is the core of your mind. And that part of your mind is the part of your mind that probably holds disbelief. That's the part of your mind. Exactly, Marie. That's right. That's the part of your mind that has been saturated from the time you're born. That's the part of your mind that actually grows with you. And yeah, if you need social subconscious programming, I do it. I'm a life coach. I do all that stuff. I used to do it independently, and I wasn't sure how black women would be receptive to The Secret, but I'm very impressed. I think I have a very intelligent, smart, ambitious followers here, so I'm proud. So I'm going to show you a few books before I forget, before I talk too long. I'm going to show you guys a few books that I read that I recommend for you guys. So this one, I'm sure you guys have. It's The Secret. Can you see it? It's The Secret. So this is a great book, but don't be fooled. The Secret actually has taken stuff from other books, but The Secret is great because it's easy to read and it's small, so it's easy to carry. So that's a good book. Okay, so yes, yes, all of you guys. So that's what I'm saying. The Secret is a good book. So now I'm going to show you classic books. So this one is one of my favorites. It's called The Magic of Thinking Big. And this is how I got into real estate. This is how I started to open up several businesses. This is how I truly got successful because it is The Magic of Thinking Big. It's a really good book. Okay, so you can see the author and everything there. I strongly recommend it. And I get everything on Amazon. It's super cheap. All right, just another good book. All right, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Okay, so it's a really good book. And it tells you the habits, the core habits of successful people. So that's one thing I swear on. This is another book, ladies. This is one of my top books. This one's called The 4-Hour Work Week. All right. This is something I live and breathe on because this taught me how to have several businesses. It taught me how to leverage myself. It taught me how to, become financially free. And I think it's a really good book. All right. And then okay, I'm embarrassed how this book looks, but it's evidence that this book to me, if you can't get every book, if you're like Connie's bugging, I can't get every book. If you can't get every book, I'm so embarrassed how this book looks right now. But this book helped me through my endometriosis. It helped me through depression. It helped me through anxiety. It helped me lose weight. This book was the best book. Yeah, guys, if you listen to this video, I'm going to add the titles in the description of the video. But take a look. So it's all busted. But this book is The Power of the Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. And you can see I went through this, like, I love this book. Okay, and you can see I've gone through this book. It's ratted, tatted, it's highlighted. You can see I've highlighted this book. This book is one of the best books that you can own. It's old. It's a book that's been out since the actual original copy, I think, early 1960s. But I have nothing else bad to say. This book is an amazing piece of literature. It's actually what The Secret is made from, if you know, and I'm sorry that it looks like that, but it's cheap. You can, it's a beautiful book. It's a beautiful book. It's a beautiful book. But, you know, I'm looking at it now and it's like, it's one of the best books you can own. And it really talks about the magic of the subconscious mind. So it says the power of your subconscious mind, because your subconscious mind is a tape recorder. From the minute you're born into this world, it absorbs good, bad, and ugly. And that's why you can have trauma as a child. That's why if something bad happens to you as a child, you should see the condition of some of my books. I know I'm bad. But it truly talks about the subconscious mind. And yeah, I want to make a book cover for it. I love it. But the reason why I like it is because a lot of people will say, I want, I want, I want. But if you ask them, you know, do you believe? Do you believe? They'll say no. If I said to anyone watching this video, do you want $1 million? Every single one of you will say, yes, I want $1 million. But if I say, do you believe you can have $1 million? Probably 2 or 3 of you will actually believe. So it's about conditioning the mind and truly mastering the subconsciousness. And that's the truth. I'm going to tell you a little story in a minute. This is another book, all right? The Power of Positive Thinking. This is an amazing book. I love this book. I read it all the time. And it tells you how to get into that frame of and what I like about these books are old. This is by Norman Vincent Peale. These books are not new in the sense where this book was published in 1952. So The Secret of the Mind is not a secret. It's a secret to us. But it's not a secret. It's not a secret. If you want to be successful with money, and this is why I know I'm going to be a multi-millionaire, I'm on my way. This book I'm about to show you is no joke. I don't even want to show it because it's my secret. I got this type of book from Overstock. Amazon doesn't sell the original text like this. This one is called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Okay? This book is no joke. He actually spent his entire life researching the top 500 richest people, Carnegie and, you know, the Vanderbilts and Rockefellers. He actually spent his life, and he talks about how they got rich. And he truly said they use the power of the subconscious mind. And what's scary is that this book is mad old, and it's talking about the power of the subconscious mind. I want you to see the original. This book, guys, listen. This book came out in 1937. 1937. And it's talking about the power of the subconscious mind. This is that real. All right. So this book is great. You can get it on overstock.com, and you can also get it on Amazon. But I just like this original text. So make sure you get, you know, original text. Yeah. So the original text. Yeah, there's one written for Black people. I've seen that. Now, if you are a big fan of Napoleon Hill, like I am, after he read this book, I was like, son, what else he read? This is The Laws of Success. This is a big book. And it has, okay, and it's by Napoleon Hill. This is a complete by Napoleon Hill. It's an excellent book. I treat it like crisp and clean. So that's my main books in terms of success and subconsciousness. And that's what I study. I have a few more, but they're not the best. But these books that I just showed you, that's why I'm really into the law of attraction, because to me those books um those books to me will really control what you can do with your mind. And that's why I'm telling black women, don't not look at the success of Black Panther as a fluke, or let anything corrupt, you know. Pia, what you can do, you can do audiobooks. You can do that. Or you can read a chapter a day, or two chapters. Cut yourself off once you start falling asleep. It's okay. Some people get, or I sometimes read with classical music in the background so I can get used to, reading. The classical music helps you to concentrate, so don't feel bad. So now that we're talking about the law of attraction, one of the best things you can get into is real estate. So that's why I need you guys to be positive, because a lot of people are making money in real estate, and real estate's one of the biggest ways to build wealth. You can actually go into real estate sales, you can go into real estate investing, real estate development, and you can go into flipping homes, buying existing homes, fixing them up, and selling them back. But okay. Oh, that's right. Coco, Think and Grow Rich, along with Napoleon Hill books. Audiobooks are now on YouTube. Thank you, Coco, for being a good Hattie. Good Hattie. And Pia, that's right. So in order for you to be an investor or developer, you need guapo, you need money. So that's why I do encourage everyone to get into sales. Even if you don't want to sell, just to learn the market, just to learn the mechanics of what's happened. Oh, Pia, yay. So even just to learn the mechanics and to learn what's going on. So if you do decide to get into real estate, start promoting yourself from now. Law of attraction, law of attraction. Start being positive. These are my books that helped me to become very successful in real estate. This is another one, okay? Power Agent, real estate here, okay? So this is an excellent book for you to get. Then my favorite, The Millionaire Real Estate. Oh, sales is difficult for you? Oh, well, you know what? You don't have to do sales. You can go into investing. You can go into development. You can go into flipping homes. You don't have to do sales. What I like about sales is that it's a good engine for revenue. So once you make enough money, you can start working and doing your own business. Don't be upset. Introverts are actually some of the most successful people. Bill Gates is an introvert. Mark Zuckerberg, who owns Facebook, is a self-admitted introvert. So don't feel bad about being an introvert. It's something that a lot of people who are very successful actually are proud of. So, you work with what you have. The reason why I push real estate sales, it's the best way to gain revenue. You can make up to $150,000 in 4 months. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Don't be scared, work with what you have, but just know some of the most successful people in the world. I think Mark Zuckerberg, who owns Facebook, has a right to say he's successful, very successful young man, but he's a self-admitted introvert. So don't feel like, it doesn't speak to you. He talks about being an introvert all the time. Another good book, last but not least, it's the same as the red book, and this one is The Millionaire Real Estate Investor. So this teaches you how to invest in real estate and, make millions. The other one is The Agent. So it's the same author back and forth. So those are the main books that I would subscribe to if you're interested in real estate. And the reason why I'm so big on real estate is the easiest way for Black women to build wealth. It's not something that's going to take a long time. And it's a cheap way to get into the field. All you need is a certificate, and you can buy it on Groupon. But guys, you can hear this video 1,000 times. I want you guys to practice the law of attraction. I want you guys to give yourself visualization skills. I want you to make a vision board and put it in a part of your house and look at it every single day. I want you to meditate, close your eyes, and think about and envision. Because for e-commerce, yes, there's a few books I can recommend for e-commerce, and I don't have the titles, but I have them somewhere in my for my house. But yes, give me 1 second. because I have a few that I actually wrote down here because I'm big on e-commerce. So I want you guys to promise me you're gonna speak good to yourself. You're gonna tell yourself that you love yourself, that you are successful, that you are happy, and you write down your goals. The first thing you have to do is write down your goals. And oh, the power of the subconscious mind is 99 cents on Kindle. That's right, Shakita. That's right, Shakita. That's right. You see, law of attraction already working. Law of attraction. So I want you guys to promise me that you're going to be positive. I want you guys to promise me that if anyone says anything negative, I got you, Carolyn. If anybody says anything negative, even remotely, I just want you not to absorb it, walk away. If it's a status, if it's a threat, click it off because words have power. One of my friends, one of my clients, she's watching the video. I talked about it in the one that got deleted. She actually wanted to get married. And that was her goal. And of course, her family wasn't supportive of it. Her family said you can find other things to do to fulfill your life. Wah, wah, wah. So this is a while ago. And this is when she, the law of attraction, the book first came out. And I'm not going to lie, years ago, in the early 2000s, I wasn't believing that. I was like, whatever. She said, I want to get married. So she started going to the gym. She started losing weight. She started booking herself all over. She started going on vacation. But the craziest shit she did, she went to David's Bridal and she bought a wedding dress. I thought she lost her mind. She showed me the dress. She took a picture. I'm like, what are you doing? That's bad luck. She told me, no, I'm going to wear that when I meet my husband. I'm like, you didn't meet your husband. How are you? You're crazy. And she said, nope, I'm going to get married and you're going to come to my wedding. I was like, whatever. Do you know a year and a half later, the girl got married? Do you know a year and a half later, she was able to show me in her daily journal, she wrote down what she wanted in a husband. Not that she wanted a husband, but she was specific down to the height. She said she wanted this, intelligent, compassionate, successful, caring, Christian. And she got exactly what it, I'm talking about it now. Every time I talk about it, I get goosebumps. My hair stands up because I was like, holy crap. And it made me scared because I was like, I'm going to be honest. I wasn't ready to take that emotional accountability. I'm going to be honest with you. When she told me that, I was scared because at the time I was very overweight. I was very unhappy on the inside, and I knew I didn't have the power of belief that she did. This girl believed. She didn't want. She believed. It was completely different. I would have bought the wine. I couldn't believe it. And the thing is that she guarded her secret. She guarded, when I say guarded, she talked to me because I was like, even though I didn't believe, I was emotionally positive. When she told me I got the dress, I was like, you crazy, but you know what? Do what you got to do. Some of her family was very hostile, so she kept her ambitions to herself. It's not till she got getting married. Some people didn't even know she was engaged in her own family. If she's watching this, she's gonna laugh. Until she was mailing out wedding invitations, son. Like people in her immediate family did not know that she was getting, I didn't, listen to me, not engaged, married. She didn't tell people until invitations was being mailed from Party City, son. And I was like, wow. And I saw she protected her dream. So if you're in a circle and you're like, I want to get married, and that person starts doing shit parade, shit, you got to back up like Street Fighter. You got to back up because let that person have their reality. You see what's happening. Black women are leveling up. You got magazines telling you you can't do it. You got people telling you you can't do it. And the thing is that you don't get it. Black women have never been in this place before. We have never had this opportunity. We've never been the premier women to be chosen for marriage. We have never had that. Once we start believing, we will start achieving, and we will be successful. You can't look at Blackistan for examples of how marriage is supposed to be. You can't go to Hotep Shima and say, okay, we're leaving this war zone and that's how marriage is supposed to be. You can't go to Nagasaki and it's all blown to pieces and say, that's how marriage is supposed to be. It's not supposed to be that way. And even if it's not marriage, whether it's entrepreneurship, whether it's losing weight, whether it's becoming a millionaire, okay? It doesn't matter where you're going. I mean, a goal's a goal. And also, I said this in my last video that got deleted. Being married is not proof or validation of your self-worth. It's, to me, marriage and love, just for me, is a spiritual thing. The right partner is a spiritual thing. The right partner is a chemistry thing. It's a destiny thing. There's something magical about it. It's not a validation. It's not a goal that you have control over in the sense where you have to meet the right person. It's magic. And yes, you got to look good. You got to put yourself out there. You got to love yourself. You got to be positive. But once you get on that right energy length, you have to make sure that you're bringing in the right energy. If you're hateful, if you're angry, if you're depressed, you see my hand waving, you're going to get negative, negative, negative. But if you're positive, if you're loving, if you are loyal, I truly believe we attract what we are. And sometimes we don't want to admit what we are. I didn't want to admit that I was insecure. I didn't want to admit that I didn't love myself. I didn't want to admit that I was struggling with depression from endometriosis and PCOS. I've done so much work on myself, and that's why I got my certifications with all the life coach and wealth coaching and health coaching, because I said, wow, I can't be the only Black woman. So was it Shaolin? Say, I will have a lavish wedding. I am having a lavish wedding. But the reason why I get frustrated is that you have so many Black women showing you that they can do whatever they put their mind to. I can be the first lady. I could be the only Black woman in tennis or two Black women and dominate. I could be Viola Davis in my late 40s racking up golden, Globes and Grammys. I can be bald head and shaven and mahogany and beautiful with my full Black features and not needing any hair on my head and still be seen as attractive in a blockbuster film, Black Panther. We truly have to believe. And I'm going to tell you something. If you don't believe it, Shaolin's funny. If you don't believe it, you won't achieve it. If you limit yourself, that's it. I can't do anything for you. I can't do anything for you. If you limit yourself, you limit yourself. And that's not what's good for you. I want you to make a promise to me. If you're watching this video, believe in your dreams. If you don't believe, do mental exercise. Every night, write down your dreams. Give yourself 5 minutes. Every night, read your goals. Tweak it, add to it, make it more defined, make it more detailed. Put the dates, put the times, put the flavor. I don't know if you got some freaky dream, put the flavor. But you have to truly believe in it and stop telling yourself as Black women that you have a limit. We don't have a limit. Lupita they told her she had a limit. They told Lupita she have a limit. Well, traveling, don't look at those people. Start your own destiny. Don't look at, because Angela Bassett, if she would have listened, they told Angela Bassett most actresses after a certain age don't be in Hollywood. They told Angela Bassett to wrap her stuff up and go home. And she said, I'm going to be acting well into my 50s. And I don't even know how old she is, but she looks great. And I'm pretty sure she has to be hovering 50 or something, because she's been around since I was a teenager in Waiting to Exhale. So that's what I'm trying to tell people, is that you have to be able to create your reality. And say it with me, I create my reality. Say it. I create my reality. Whoa, she's 59? Holy crap. Wow. Oh, wow. That just shocked the, whew, really? Wow. Well, Angela Bassett just blew my socks off. She's creating her reality. And you have to say it. If you don't believe it, that's fine. Keep saying it until you believe it. Go to the bathroom every night. That's right. I create my reality. Don't forget. Wow, love got to do with it. Wow, that's true. And but she created her reality. She was told after waiting to exhale that get ready to part that acting career. I create my reality. Say it in the mirror. One of my favorite meditations, I have a secret meditation. So I'll tell y'all. I'll tell y'all. One of my secret meditation, because I be mad busy, is my shower meditation. So while I'm taking a shower, I close my eyes and I say everything, I am rich, I am successful, I am intelligent, I am loved, I am cherished. So while I'm in the shower, I do my quick shower meditation because that's my quiet time to myself. Sometimes I put classical music or I put like waterfall sounds, and I love my bath time. That's my quiet time because sometimes I don't have time to lay up in the bed and do it, or I forget. But now I've mentally trained myself and I talk to myself and I say these positive affirmations, and it can make yourself feel better after a bad day. That's right. Carolyn, I love it. I love it. An interesting thing I want to talk about, I have my private coaching page, which is Hassis But Life, and it's a paid private page because of trolls that, I have like 10,000 moderators on this page to keep trolls away. I don't know what's wrong with what I'm saying. But anyway, and I posted pictures of money. And I said, I want people to say, I am a millionaire. I have about 500 people in that group, or no, 200 people in that group. And I was shocked at how many people wouldn't click on and say, I am a millionaire. There isn't a millionaire on the planet who never said that they weren't going to be. I know it's kind of crazy, but Warren Buffett, everybody know Warren Buffett. He told his father, I'm going to be a billionaire. And his father looked at him and laughed and said, there's some openings at the car shop. Boy, go get yourself working. And he was like, I'm going to be a millionaire. You have to have that sense. Somebody last night was talking about Jim Carrey. And Jim Carrey, when he was poor and broke, used to drive around rich neighborhoods and envision himself. This is way before The Secret came out. And envision himself in those homes saying, I have these things. These things are already out there. I just don't personally possess them, but I have them. And the biggest thing he did, he wrote a check to himself for $10 million. And he gave himself 5 years. Okay, that's right. That was me. He gave himself 5 years and he kept it in his wallet. And he told Oprah it deteriorated. And eventually he got that movie, Dumb and Dumber. And eventually his first check for Dumb and Dumber was $10 million. So Jim Carrey was using the law of attraction before he even knew what it was. Because that was before all that law of attraction stuff came out. And he used the power of the mind. And you really have to believe. And there's another story with Oprah Winfrey. It was a young lady from Africa, a ridiculous story. And she was in Africa and she was in a bad situation, no education, sold into marriage, not sold, but basically tossed into marriage, had kids at a young age. She was visited by somebody and she said she wanted to come to America. Basically, she wrote her dreams on a rock and buried it. And her mom said, if you want your dreams to prosper, you got to bury it. And basically, everything she said she wanted to accomplish. Years later, she came back. She got her PhD. She got married. She came to America. She became an American citizen. She was brilliant. And, she basically was able to come back to her African village where the rock was, unburied it, and showed you that every single thing that she wrote down came true. And that's what I want for you. I want you guys, when you come to this channel, to know that this is a place of love. This is a safe haven for you. And not just safe, that I love you. I truly love you. I want to connect. I want you to feel good. If you're having a bad day, you can turn on my videos and you can laugh or you can say whatever. But I truly want to get into a culture of love for Black women so we can love one another and not just support, but love. We can't ask for all this respect. We can't ask for all this affection when we are uncomfortable giving it to ourselves. We can't do that. We can't expect all this romance and love when we're not comfortable loving ourselves and showing love to each other. It's just not going to work. So that's why I'm doing this video. That's why I'm reaching out to you guys. Even if I can change one life, And this is what I say too. I'm not a fan of tough love. You can say Connie's a wuss. I'm not a fan because I deal with people. I do health coaching, and sometimes people are suicidal. Sometimes people are depressed. Sometimes people are anxiety. You have no idea how some people are festering inside. And then you're coming out mad aggressive. You could have been the straw that broke the camel's back. You have no idea because I talk to women all the time. I do the coaching. And sometimes when they open up to me, it always confirms we got to be careful. We got to be mindful. We have to think how we talk to one another because you never know that person had a bad day. And one bad day can ruin your life. This is my comic book part where it's going to be geeky. There was a cartoon episode with the Joker, and it was showing the Joker's origins. And it was kind of shocking because it seemed he was a normal guy. I don't know if you guys ever seen it. It's a comic book and it's a movie. And it talked about, I have the comic book here, but it talked about how the Joker was a normal guy. He was poor. He had a wife that he loved. She was pregnant. He was trying to make it as a comedian. And he had a very bad day. The day started out, his house burned down and his wife, who was pregnant, died. And then he got himself somehow trapped up with this mafia people because his wife was pregnant. He wanted to do this, hit with them to get some money to help support his wife. But now that his wife was dead, he didn't need to do it, but they were like threatening his life, telling him, you have to help us. So he got in there and they set him up, and Batman came, and Batman thought he was a big criminal and he wasn't. Then he fell into the vat. Batman accidentally scared him, and then he got turned to the Joker. The whole point is one bad day can destroy your life. So I know if you're having a bad day and you're watching my video, the last thing you want to hear is me telling you that you're stupid or you're dumb or how bad you are or all the stupid things black women do. Let's try to build success from positivity. Let's try to build success. Because like for instance, when I was 254 pounds and I was overweight and I had 2 illnesses, which I still deal with every single day. Do you know how I felt when people were talking about my weight to my face, telling me I'm fat and telling me how to lose weight? And I'm like, bitch, I only eat 1,100 calories a day. I work at 5 days a week. I have an insulin problem. Like, it got to the point where I was defending myself and I had an illness. If I had cancer, you wouldn't defend yourself from cancer, would you? If you had HIV, you don't gotta defend yourself. I have a chronic disease. Look up PCOS. It's very serious. It's the #1 cause for infertility in America. The #1 cause for infertility. And it's a main cause for obesity. It's not my fault you don't know. It's not my fault. And it's not an excuse for me not to go to the gym. It's not an excuse for me to eat bad. It's not an excuse for me to feel sorry for myself and take a pie to bed. I want to make it very clear. My goal is for all of us to be fit and healthy and not accept our bodies being overweight. But I got to tell you, from being 254 to being 153, I was shocked at how people treated me, especially women. Forget about men. I was shocked how women treated me. I got more respect. People were listening to me more. And I was like, wait a minute, all this because of weight. We always talk about men, but women, we're very nasty to each other. I'll tell you that right now. We can be nasty to each other. So I really want us to get into a place of love. So if you're watching this video, say something nice to a sister. Get into the habit. And I know I don't expect us to change overnight. I don't expect us to change. But if we want something new, okay? And if we want something different, we have to try something different. You got to listen to me. I see 51 people are there. Hello, 51 people. It's 2018. We got exposure on a massive scale. That's right, Carolyn. Women are mean. We got exposure from Black Panther. We're getting exposure from Viola Davis. We're getting exposure from Serena. We got 8 years of wonderful Michelle Obama. We got exposure. We got to try something different. If we want to get to that level, if we truly want to level up, it starts with us loving each other, respecting each other, protecting each other. It starts with us. It starts with us. And you have to see things in a positive light. You have to. It's up to you. It's truly up to you. And you have to look at life and truly embrace. We're getting, you had 8 years of Michelle Obama. You had 8 years of these people. And it's how you view the world. If you're negative, you're going to see things negative. If you're positive, you're going to see things positive. And it doesn't matter. It's never going to be enough for some people. You just got to leave them behind. And you got to look at the world in a positive way. You got to love each other. We got to celebrate each other. We got to, well, Michelle, that's negative. We're talking about loving and celebrating black women. We got to be positive. Nothing's going to be perfect for everything. It's not going to be perfect, but you got to look at it in a perfect light. One thing I do want to talk about that's funny is that look at other races, for example, since we're talking real here. What happened with that guy? What was that guy that was attacking women in Hollywood? Oh my gosh, the producer. Oh, thank you, Pia. What's the name of the producer? Oh my gosh, how can I forget? The producer in Hollywood. What's his name? The one I was, okay, thank you, Weinstein. I don't know why I couldn't remember. Harry Weinstein. That's his name, right? Weinstein. He's Jewish and he's white. And he did a lot of sexual assault in Hollywood. I don't even know if there's anyone he didn't assault. How many Jewish people do you hear attaching themselves to his behavior? Harvey Weinstein? Okay, Weinshore. Okay. But how many Jewish people do you hear attaching himself to that behavior? I just want to know, how many white people have you heard saying anything bad about him besides what he did? You don't hear them clumping Jewish people. You don't hear them. They say, oh my God, he fucked up, he fucked up. And they're not even using the fact that he's white or Jewish. Okay? Look at the shooters. Look at the shooters. Unfortunately, you had these horrific, violent shootings that happened in school. God bless everybody that happened. Like, it was horrible. But haven't you noticed that all the mass shooters tend to be from one particular demographic? And how do they protect that social demographic? It's mental health. There's something wrong. And it's the way you see yourself. It's the way you see yourself. It's the way that because they protect themselves. They don't talk bad about themselves. They don't say things like, I'm a fetish, I'm a this, I'm a that. Shh. It's how you see yourself. You're a reflection. Because every time somebody gets shot, they say mental health. I have a news flash for you. Come closer. Closer. Anyone that kills someone has a mental health issue. Sick people kill each other. Bad people kill each other. Hurt people hurt people. So the way they protect their self-interest and their status is by saying mental health. So you can say, okay, there was something wrong with that person. There's something wrong with everybody that kills. I'm not even trying to be funny. But you never see that until it's that. Black women get celebrated. Michelle Obama, 8 years in the White House, being loved by her husband, perfect family. Still, we don't see ourselves in a positive light. You got Serena Williams dominating the Grand Slam, cutting through people, winning mad trophies. We still don't see ourselves in a positive light. You got Viola Davis winning Golden Globes and Oscars in a late age. That's very rare for a dark-skinned, gorgeous 4C, that beautiful afro down the red carpet, and we still don't see our greatness. What is it gonna take? But stop focusing, Michelle, on the negativity, because what you focus on is what you're gonna get. I'm telling you right now, focus on the good. But just stop focusing on those men. I'm asking you, Michelle, to take a trust in yourself. I'm asking you to invest in your own positivity. I could sit here and get absorbed. Don't focus on that. It's the law of attraction. You attract what you focus on. If you're waiting for some type of, if you're waiting for some type of perfect utopia, when no one says nothing bad about each other, and everything is perfect and you're holding hands and you're holding hands, you're never going to be happy because that's it. You have to be able to embrace positivity. I'm telling you, I trust me, I know if I tap in crazy stuff on YouTube, like you can go out there and do it. I know if I type crazy stuff on YouTube, I'll come up with a whole bunch. Like when I was losing weight, people told me I can't lose it. When I was opening my businesses, they told me I can't do it. People told me I was stupid. They told me I was doing too much. When I opened up a second business, they thought I lost my mind. When I opened up a third business, they said, what you trying to prove? You have to focus on you. I love you. I want you to be happy. If people try if people try to put you, Michelle, that's a good question. If people try to put you down, you have three options. A, cut them off. Cut them off. Your peace is worth your happiness. Number two, get yourself out of that environment. And number three, walk away. Have you ever argued with somebody? If I argue with my boyfriend, if I'm arguing with my parents, one of the worst things is when somebody ignores me. I get pissed when somebody ignores me. Just think about it. Just think about it. Just think about it. You have to be able to walk away from that at some point. It's like a violent relationship. You can hit that person back, you can stab them back, and it might feel good in the moment, but where does the cycle of violence end? And this is negative violence, where we're caught in an endless cycle of violence. And trust me, there isn't a woman here who likes the silent treatment. Okay, bye, Coco. There isn't, enjoy your salsa. There isn't a woman here that likes the silent treatment. I'd rather you argue me to death than you ignore me. Ignoring me is the worst thing you can do. But I'm telling you, there's a lot of positivity out there, and you have to focus on that. You can't focus on the negative. I'm telling you, there's a lot of money out there to be made. There's a lot of love out there waiting for you. How do you think I'm here? I do this channel. And if it wasn't for the 25, Michelle, trust me, if it wasn't for the 25 moderators, when I first did this channel, I was getting death threats. They was calling me bed whammies or bread wrenches. What is it? Bed wench? Whatever it is. They was calling me all kinds of filthy names. And I was like, I almost fell down the rabbit hole. I found myself trying to type back to respond. But guess what? I never respond. I blocked them out. I got like 25 moderators. I make almost everybody that watch me a moderator. And guess what? They started to go away. They started to go away. They were coming at me, whatever, I don't know about these bed wrenches and these terms y'all be using. I'm new. I don't know about all these. They were calling me whore and this, that, and monkey face, and telling me I'm bald headed. All kinds of crazy things. I'm gonna plug in my plug. But they were doing that because it was just negative. And I had a choice, Michelle, either to respond and get angry or stop my YouTube channel, because I was like, whoa, somebody even gave me a recorded death threat that I had to bring to the police station. I was like, whoa, it was crazy. But I made a choice to focus on positivity. If you weren't talking about that, Michelle, I wouldn't even bring it up. But I'm bringing it up to you, sister to sister. Yeah. It was, yeah, I don't know what the death threat is for. I don't know. That's why my Hotspot Life page is private. I don't know. You guys see the troll at Pia. Pia knows. If it wasn't for, you see how many people have the wrench next to their name on my page? That's what I'm saying. And the reason why, yeah, I went through it. I had to, girl, let me plug my thing in real quick. I don't want it to fall. Let me see. Yeah, I had people that were telling me they were going to kill me. They want to cut my throat. And I was like, wait a minute. What did I do? I started to question I was like, did I do something wrong? I started to say, what's going on? And that's when I knew I was doing something good. That's when I knew that our energy on this page is so positive that it's attracting people, and the people it's attracting, they don't know what to do. And they don't know either to join in, or they just don't know what to do. But I'm telling you, I made a choice. I can make a YouTube channel right now, and I can actually read the comments that I get. And I probably would make more money. I probably have 1 million subscribers. If I was to actually take a picture and freeze and read all the horrible comments that the men have left for me, I would probably have more hits. But that's not the direction that I want to take. I'm serious about loving Black women. I'm serious about Black women becoming economically empowered, financially free, because you can do it. I'm serious about you loving yourselves. I'm serious about you embracing yourselves. I'm serious about you creating your reality. I want you guys, when this video stops, to actually get a pen and paper, please promise me, and write down 5 things you want more than anything in the world. You know, more than anything in the world, and say to yourself that this is what I want. You can't allow, I call them energy vampires. You can't allow energy vampires to steal your energy, because that's what they are. They're like energy vampires, or I call them energy anchors. They try to pull you down. And that's what I focus on. I focus on getting you guys your financial goals, your life skills. I do life coaching. That's what I do. And, I, energy vampires, Benny's laughing. And that's what they do. They want to suck the life from you. And that's what they do. Like, it's kind of like, if I can't have the world and be happy, I'm going to bring everything down. And I have too much love and too much message and money tips to share. That's why I went through, my real estate books over here. That's why I'm talking to you about law of attraction. That's why I'm telling you, you can create your reality. But if you focus on that crap, trust me, I have the opportunity right now to pause this. I guarantee you, when I go look at my reviews. Thank you, Pia. I guarantee you, when I look at my reviews, I'm going to see, bed wenches and whore and monkey face and all kinds of crazy stuff. I laugh when I see them now, because that's a symbol of their negativity. Let me tell you something. People that are wealthy, people that are successful, people that have money, people that are happy, don't act like that. Their energy is speaking a lot about their financial status. Their energy is speaking a lot about their financial status. So it's you have to look and see. And they're threatened, but that's the thing. Why focus on them? That's why I gave Pia a wrench. That's why I gave Carolyn a wrench. I gave all y'all. If anybody else wants to be a moderator, it's okay, Sean. It's okay. It's okay. It doesn't bother me, because my confidence level is up here, like way up here. And I worked hard to get it there. I wasn't born like this. So if you guys, thank you, Springflower. If you guys want to be a moderator, oh, Callie, leave a comment in this video. If you guys want to be a moderator, let me know. I try my best to turn, like, if you leave a comment in the video section, thank you. If you leave a comment in the video section, I'll turn you into a moderator, because I need all of them, because that's crazy. And I do have my Hashtag Life page, which is a paid private page. It's only $10 to join, $10 a month. And the reason why I do that is to maintain the page. It's financial information. We talk a lot about our goals. Some of you are on it right now, and you can see why I would not feel comfortable having that type of page where we're discussing our goals, talking about how to make money, talking about, what we want to do. I would not feel comfortable having that on a regular closed platform because of the trolls. Because even on my economics page, I had to kick people out because people were making fake female profiles. We had a fake female the other day. I don't understand. I don't understand. Thank you. So if you guys want to be a mod for me, just leave a comment because it's easier for me to click on the comment and I can turn you into the wrench. I do have a PayPal because people are asking me, do I have a way doing donations? I'll put the link up. I have other stuff, Google, whatever, but I just got a brand new one, brand new PayPal, so I'll put it on. Yeah, so guys, I want you to promise me before I go that you're going to be positive. You're going to practice shower meditations. You're going to practice having a vision board. You're going to put your vision board up. You're going to practice writing in a journal every day, at least 2 minutes, what you want, and reading it every single day. Oh, I have that already. So yes, Michelle, and believe in your dreams. Like sometimes keep your shower meditation is what I do because I'm so busy. And I'm not going to lie to you, I don't have the time to sit in my bed and close my eyes every single day. So when I get in the shower, as I'm taking a shower, I close my eyes and I say, I am positive, I am intelligent, I am successful, I am happy, I'm successful. And Benny said, I dance in the shower. Well, dance yourself into a meditation, but that's actually good energy. That's actually good energy. And I close my eyes and the water is soothing. So it's a good way that, you know, um, it's a good way to get yourself comfortable. And it's a good way to get yourself acclimated. And it's a good way to keep yourself positive. I do want to say this before I go. Just remember, you can't build a positive future with a foundation of negativity and limitation. So just remember, you want to make sure if you're doing anything, don't build it upon negativity or limitations. Look at Lupita, and it's okay, Michelle. Look at Lupita. If they would have told her I can't make it in Hollywood, look at Angela Bassett. I didn't even know she was 60 years old. I'm scared. Look at Michelle Obama. See a black girl from South Side Chicago. Look at Angela. Look at Viola Davis. She grew up in the projects with rats and all kinds of stuff that she talked about freely. And she's telling you, you create your reality. Oprah Winfrey said it all the time. You create your reality. So truly, it's almost like a mental exercise. You know how we're all trying to get inside, we're trying to exercise and get in our body nice. It's almost a mental exercise where you have to condition your mind every day and reach the subconscious part of the mind that's holding you back from truly going at your goals. Because it takes a while. It takes about 66 days to do any habit. So they have good habits and they have bad habits. So it takes about 66 days before a habit becomes concrete and you do it consistently. All right, guys. So I hope this video was motivating. I hope you guys listen to the law of attraction. I'm going to be doing more videos like this. I hope you guys get the books. I'm going to put it in the links as soon as it uploads. If you guys want to do donations to my channel, I'm going to put the links in there because people message me. And I also do coaching and life coaching. And I'm here for you guys. And I truly want you guys to tap into that mental power. I don't care where you are. You have the ability to be anything you want. You create your reality. So I love you guys, and I truly want to make sure that everyone who watches this page, feels better about themselves and truly feels empowered. And this is a safe place. Okay, so love you. I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.